Good morning, everybody. It's Denise here, Denise Junk Journals UK. Thank you so much for joining me. It's lovely to have you here on this Friday. Friday morning, or probably afternoon by the time it gets to you. So it's Friday is the day that we do the fabric covers. So you can see that I have got out here on my desk lots of fabric. Well, these are strips mostly. Leftovers, what's the word, scraps, that's it, from making my big fabric covers, the majority of them. A few little bits there as well from others that I've made. So yeah, my idea today is to use the scraps. So I'm going to show you how to make a very easy patchwork cover, so you don't have to make everything fit as such. Perhaps if I show you now, bear in mind I'm doing a strippy one with you now, but this is the type of thing that I'm talking about. So this is easy because I'm not placing pieces on top of pieces. I've just done it onto the white envelope. Can't show you because the back is the back, but yeah, I haven't covered the envelope with anything. Now, if you think you might end up with gaps, if it's your first go, you could always just put a plain cover on your envelope before you sew these on. And then if you've got any gaps, you've still got fabric showing through. But yeah, just basically pieces of, these two are my upholstery scraps. Just pieces of scraps literally laid down and ever so slightly laid on top of each other and then just stitched down. Okay, so that's the concept. That's one that I've done that I'm thinking, I don't know. I'll have to see it when it's folded over. Yes, there is one underneath and it hasn't got the back on yet. But I was thinking, because I use such a big piece there, that I might put a doily on it as well. That would be pretty, wouldn't it? Might even be nice that way. You have to remember it's going to be folded. Yeah, could put the whole thing on the front nearly and make it a pocket. Anyway, I digress as always. So yeah, they really are lovely once they're made. The upholstery fabric, if you've got upholstery fabric, if you've got one of those sample books or something like this, they're not always big enough for anything by the time you've got all the paper and the glue off them. Yeah, this is an ideal make for them. I had the bunnies upside down. Now, I have to say, I am absolutely covered. I made this one this morning. Covered in threads. My desk is covered in threads. I've been coughing because I think my throat is covered in threads. So yeah, I think it's the upholstery material more than anything. It frays. So that's another one. You probably recognise that one from the journal that I made the other day. You probably recognise this one as well. I've got a cough sweet out ready and I've got the remnants of a cup of tea here, so if I start coughing I will stop and do that, because they really do get in your throat. So that's the concept. Again, I've just laid them, as you can see, really close to each other and then just stitched over. So I'm going to have a go with all these strips because I've got lots of strips left, but you can do it with either way. Now I think strips will be even easier than that, because you're literally just going down in a straight line, straightish, because not all my strips will be straight. So let's have a look what I've got. I've got 2 of those, so I definitely don't want 2. Got nice, seems to be some blues here, and I have got a blue signature waiting to go in. So I mean, look, that's definitely not straight, but not quite big enough. Now, it wouldn't be a problem. You could still do that and then that, and that might be nice. So don't worry if you've not got strips the size of, either your envelope or the card that you're putting them onto. I mean, that's a piece of Tim Holtz, look, so I might decide I just want to put that on and put another piece on it. I'll see. And then I did wonder about, because I've got 2 strips of these from yesterday's journal as well. I could always put those on as well at the end on. I'll see. So these are, let's put my smallish bits there to start with. I'll leave that one on top so I don't forget it. That one is a repeat. Not that I'm averse to putting repeats on, I may. But if I've got all different ones, I'll go for all different ones. That is just a slightly different shade. Oh, it's my favourite, Mr. Tickin. Oh, just fits, lovely. Another Tim Holtz strip, and that one's big enough. Some more small pieces. Again, that one's beautiful, isn't it? I would like that on, but I've got smaller envelopes to make covers with. Now this is my backing. There'll be a few of these, I would think, yeah. what I use as my backing strips. It's that old duvet cover. Oh, bit of summer, bit of sunshine. Another one of those. I think one's enough. Pop that with the repeats, that's it. You're the same as that, you are. You're a wider one though. Oh, is it the same? I don't think it is. I think that's different. Oh, and then I did leave a big wide one because I didn't know if I think I will actually. I was thinking about the centre, the spine. I might put a wide one on the spine. In fact, I might start on the spine and then work my way out. So all I did, although I went in afterwards and there's threads all over my glue as well as everywhere else that I described to you. Yeah, just literally created a small glue trail, because you can lift things off it again. Right, so I'm going to lay them if they're extra long so that when I cut them, you know, I've still got another strip usable. And I do want to be over the edge. Trim around the edge at the end, but you don't want it to be short, which it sometimes is. So that's quite a full-on one, isn't it? Shall we go with a plain one, do you think? So I'm literally just going over the edge of the previous one like that. Now I've not done a strip one, so I don't know if I'm going to like it or not, but I suspect these ones, they were nice when I made them, but it was only when I finally put that stitching on that I really loved them. You know, I was like, wow, they really popped off the page, as it were. Yeah, I'm going heavily blue, I think, on this one. Now you can go over as much as you want, so I'm going to go over that plain one quite a bit, I think. Make sure you're off the top, that's it. Love that one. Now I'm thinking I might, because I like that one and it's not very thick, I might go with this one. It's a shame it hasn't got the, just cut it down a little bit. Where am I? Shame it hasn't got the crimped edge on the edge I want it. Pinked. The pinked edge. Now, I did ask the question about pinking once and somebody answered. Told me what they thought it came from. I've completely forgotten. So if it was you and you've got time, tell me again. Why the pinking shears are called that. Something to do with the word pinking and the fabric industry, but I've completely forgotten. Yeah, I'm going to have you over quite a bit. Take some threads off. And then that blue one. Yeah, quite like that. I don't think these necessarily need toppers when you've got so much going on. But you could. Have I got anything? Let me have a look. Must have something somewhere resembling a topper, you would think. Let's go with that then. You could, when you've done it, just put one. You know, that's not necessarily the colour, but that would be a gorgeous topper. And just sew just inside that. I think I've done that before with a piece of that on a journal, actually. You know, so you could sew a topper on the top, should you want one. You could sew a topper on the bottom if you wanted one. Oh, Denise. Right. Do I want that? Again, I might want a slightly bigger. Denim. I had a denim one, didn't I? Where did that go? Yes. So, something between the two denims. Oh, and I've got this, which I want on as well. You see, I want them all on. I had a smaller one of those that was half crimped, yeah. Right, you'll be nice on the end, definitely. So you're definitely going to be the edge one. And I think that's a bit straighter, that, not a lot, but a bit. I think that one might be nice there. So I want something between that and that. One of those plainer ones, or this. This is nice. Do I want to go underneath with it though? I think I might. Do you mind? Gosh, that was easy, wasn't it? How simple and quick and easy was that? and I've got enough there for another one, no problem. I'm just thinking I will trim some of it now before I sew it, because, oh gosh, don't do that to me. It's all the different types of fabric. I was going from a thinnish one to a very thick one there, and I mean, look at all these lovely bits. These are going to make another. Oh, and now I haven't made one yet with lots of little tiny bits. I think that's enough on there, off there I should say. Maybe I'll do that. Be a lot of sewing, but it'd be very effective when it's done. It's just when you're sewing round, I'm sewing on the top, so I can't necessarily see. I should have really just cut them with the straight scissors and then crimped them last, maybe. These little bits I'm not saving. Goodness me, that one I am. Yeah, I just want to be fairly... So I want to leave room so I can crimp around the edge. I just want a bit of the excess off for handling. That's it. Lovely. You see what I mean about all the bits? At the end you have to stop, and if you do it now you'll have to do it again. Okay, so I will just stop and stitch up that and see what it looks like, and then, you know, it was so quick, wasn't it? I might just make another one, and then we'll put it together and make it into a journal. Okay, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, there we go, that's it stitched. I have to say it was very, very easy, the easiest one I've ever made, because it is literally just straight stitching. The only problem I had was a little pucker, which wasn't too bad, but it was just there, I can feel it, a little pucker. And if you remember, this denim piece was definitely not straight, and as it's stitched, you know, I had more of it on this side than this side, so there was a tiny pucker. And then I spotted that lace that I was talking about putting down, so I just, once I'd stitched it, just stitched the lace on top. Yeah, you can see I changed my my thread. It kindly ran out, the bobbin thread kindly ran out right at the end of a row. 1 in 1,000 that, or probably more. Yeah, so I really like it. It's a lovely cover. Yeah, I don't mind that big piece. I was thinking it's a shame to put a big piece in the middle, but it is literally, you know, half the size of that when it's folded over, and it is, you know, it's given it quite a bit of protection. I think it might be nice with a topper on it. I don't know. I'll have to think about that, and quickly, because I'm about to make it into a... I'll have a quick look, see if I've got anything. I'm going to just get one of the backings out of my stash that you've seen before, and put it, you know, stitch it on the back. I'll just stitch it all the way around, and then we'll put a signature in it. Okay, I've stitched the back on, and I did find a little something to put on the front as a topper. Now I put a belly band across the middle, and I forgot to stitch it down the centre. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I'm finding just lately I've stitched them, or when I put a lace pocket, if I stitch it down the centre, it's you know, it just keeps it really nice and straight. I forgot to do it before, you know, I stitched the back on, but I will sew the signatures through there, so, you know, it will still be secure. And the other thing that I've learnt, because this is the first strippy one I've done, is this line round the outside. I did and ah about whether to do it first, the one where I went all the way round. So I did all these down, and then I did the one round before I put the two together. I shouldn't have. I should have left that clear, so that when I put the two together, that's where I could stitch. So I had to change how I stitched, which wasn't so good. So I managed to get a little zigzag just down there, but I had to do straight lines around the rest. Again, it doesn't bother me, but it would have been much easier when I made these ones, and when I made the one with you last week. I did all this middle stitching, but I didn't do around the edge at all, and I did that last when I stuck it onto the back of an envelope. Not when I've done these, because I've stuck these on, haven't I? I've done these, I've stitched these, and they're not stitched on. So yeah, that line around the outside, don't do that. Don't do that line around the outside until you've stitched your back on, if you're making them the way I am. Now I think what I will do, because I got so close here, what I'll do with these is when I stitch them on the back piece, I will probably wrap the back piece around the edges. Ooh, these will just keep fraying until they get to the stitching. Yeah, I'll probably wrap around the back pieces of envelope. You know, so let me get want to show you. That's a bit not really making sense, am I? Oh, come here. Come here. I'm trying to get one out from under a pile of things. So I've got some fabric here. So yeah, when I cover it, I will make sure the fabric goes over the two. So if I can't sew right to the end, you know, and the two come apart, you have still got fabric showing. Does that make sense? I'll show you it when I've done it, but that won't be today. So what I'm going to do is just grab a signature together to put in here, and we'll sew a signature in it together, just so you can see the whole journal finished, because they all look different, I think, once they've actually got some pages in them. You know, you won't see that, for example. And yeah, some of the other things that look like, you know, they're not the best, just look so much better when you've got a signature in. So I'll be back in a minute when I've got some pages and we'll sew it in together. Okay, I've put the signature in. You will see it when I've stitched it in. I did say I had some blue pages that I wanted to use. They are Tanya at Tatty Treasures Vintage Blue. Yeah, Vintage Blue it's called, and it is it's in Etsy, and I believe it's on her Patreon as well. It's a fairly new one. It's maybe a couple of months old, I think. It's got some gorgeous papers in it. You'll see them in a moment. Tanya made a journal out of it, I think, or a folio, can't remember. Yeah, a month or two ago. So yeah, and she's kindly gifted me the kit, and yeah, I've got so many ones on the go at the moment that I haven't got time to. I will do, don't get me wrong, but I haven't got time to do it right now this minute, and I'm dying to play with it. You know me, I have no patience. Not a patient person. So yeah, I thought I'd use, printed it out to look at, you see, and I thought I'd use some of the papers in this journal, seeing as it's a bluish cover, and yeah, at least I get to play with them a little bit, and then later on down the line, a couple of months maybe, I will be able to use the full kit with all its beautiful ephemera and everything. So you get a sneak peek of it from me. Obviously Tanya's already crafted with it, and it's been in the shop a while, so it might be that you have it. But yeah, just love I'm a real blue lover. Well, I'm a pink lover as well, aren't I? I love colour. I've had this conversation with myself before, I think. What I don't have, I found, is any blue, or actually green, but blue's really my colour. What's this thread that I'm using? Wax thread. So I really must rectify that. I wouldn't buy it in lots of colours, because, you know, natural, and I've got this white, and what have you, does most of them. But yeah, I think sometimes I would perhaps like a blue one, so I've gone too far that way now. That's it. Okay, are you nice and not very tight? Let's pull you a bit more. Could be that it's going back as I'm letting go, so let's put a knot in and see. Yeah, that's better, definitely better. Oops, I forgot I took my bandage off yesterday. I forgot to take my bandage off, haven't I? So you've seen it in all its ugly ugly glory. It's not pretty, but it does help. It's covered in fabric bits now. It's an old one, so it's not, I don't want anything too tight on it, so it's not got a lot of strength, but it does just stop it swelling a little bit. Okay, so you can see that beautiful book page in the middle now, can't you, that I've put in. You know, it wants finishing off, but it's from the Easdale book look. Flower Meanings for July. I thought that would be nice in the middle of it. But like I say, it is a blue, really. It's a blue-ish. Right, you can see now that has held that down, the belly band. Oh, a bit wonky there, but a bit of a wonky belly band and a bit looser, actually. But you can put lots of things in it, I guess. Much, much better if you sew it down the middle. Look at that beautiful, beautiful page. Okay, let's just add my other. So it's got 13 pages in it. That's what I normally do for a journal, a single signature journal. Beautiful, isn't it? It's going to be lovely to cut apart these pages. So these are Tanya's kit pages. That's a piece of my embossed paper. These are from Tanya's kit, the Vintage Blue kit. That is from my Liberty, is it? Yeah, from my Liberty book. So it's about Japanese furniture. I just liked it. Thought it went with it. I've put a few other pages in that I had sitting around as well. This is, I don't know, I've got Pixel written on it, so whether it's Pixel Papers or something like that. Another page of my vintage grid book. This is from Tanya's Kit. Tanya's Kit. Loving these hues. Yeah, both from Tanya's Kit. Tanya's Kit, this one, isn't that gorgeous? This is another one of those Pixel ones. Tanya's Kit, this one, lovely. And that one, Tanya's Pixel. And then my Easdale page. So that's the other side of the Pixel. This is vintage blue. Both vintage blue. Oh no, that one's not. That's Pixel. That's vintage blue. I know because I did them both sided. So, whoops. Thick vintage blue. Both of those. And both of those. Gorgeous colours, aren't they? That's vintage blue. That's Pixel. That's the other half look. Japanese furniture and decoration. Fine grass matting, 1 yard wide, 2 shillings per yard. Bronze griffin, very curious and quaint. From 50. Is that a shilling? What's that? Line and a dot. Don't know. Could be guineas. I don't know. Oh no, it's a shilling, isn't it? Isn't that a shilling? Give up. Anyway, yeah, something on the back. Although it's quite interesting reading about the Liberty Company. Tanya's Kit, vintage blue, vintage blue. I really ought to stop because I think I might have gone on too far. Love, I mean, look at those. Aren't those beautiful, beautiful images? And this this cream emboss just goes really well with it. And vintage blue, yeah, that's going to make a nice little journal. Now, you probably gathered, I've got about 4 already on the go. Well, not on the go, 4 made. Don't know what I've done with them. Moving them out of the way. From this journal cover series. So I'm going to have to start. I might have to list some of them, you know, nearly naked. I definitely won't have time to sit and fill them all, but we'll see. I'll sit on them for now. And we'll see. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Don't know why I took it away. You might as well look at it while I say goodbye. So yeah, that is Friday's video. I will see you Saturday for some book page play. Try and use up some more of my book pages, and then hopefully something scrappy on Sunday. But Sunday we're going out for a meal with family. It's the brother-in-law's 60th birthday, special birthday. So we're going into Hull, so it's quite a way for a meal. So yeah, hope you're up to something fun. Hope you're getting some crafting in. Let me know what you think to that if you have a go, and have a lovely day. See you all soon. Bye for now.